Today I will find and take a real AI development job that was posted on the marketplace and completed live on this video. We have three main rules. The first one is that this job must be available on the market, aka you can apply for it at any time. All the tools that I will use must be public and must be either paid or free, and the build itself must be fully no code. If the code is needed, I will ask AI for some help. Let's go to Upwork and try to find something that we can work on. We'll go to the jobs, let's say AI development, and let's see what we come up with. Okay, executive assistant for no, AI engineering consulting practice, no, mobile app development. So the thing is that here we will find a lot of development roles and requests that are not necessarily kind of AI agent-ish or automation-ish niche. Okay, so let's say AI automations, executive virtual assistant, AI engineering consulting practice, full stack engineering for scheduling system. Okay, this might be interesting. Advanced proficient in Python. Okay, so Python we didn't need it. AI powered digital community manager. Okay, so this one is, are they looking for the actual, this job is private. Okay, I'm not gonna log in. Awesome. Okay, so let's do just automations, because I am primarily looking for the bots, automations, and let's do the advanced search. Let's see, automations, voiceover for YouTube channel. Now, here we are kind of getting something more interesting, but I do really want to build like an agent or automation, CM optimization, email marketing, because automation is it's generic. So let's say agent, no, let's say bot. Okay, let's say bot. We find the bot and then social media post bot. Okay, this one is interesting, but I don't really want to do the business. You must all the Gmail. So it's more about content generation, which is not my specialty. Ninja Trader. Okay, trading, development, trading script, Discord bot, full stack investing tool, clipping, for report generation. Okay, so this one is good. And let's say AI automation. Let's say automation. It's gonna be easier. For development, Discord full stack. Okay, Discord about clipping, report generation. I like this one. Okay, so let's take a few more things. Go JavaScript. Yeah, social media. Social. Okay. This one is good. This one say, we're seeking a skilled developer for AI bot that can streamline the process of generating PDF text reports using varied data. So it's not the communication agent, but I still pretty much like it. Has form. Okay, so let's check. Wow. Okay. This is what we need. Okay, sales automation, education, AI bot. I think we got it, boys or girls. I think we got it. So let's actually take this one. Good. Let's make a screenshot. Okay. Or sorry, let's make it like that. So let's copy and let's go to mirror. Let's paste it here. Okay. So let's map it out. What do we really need? I'll use the same blocks. Okay, let's make it smaller. Awesome. Now, so the client, and by the way, freelance is located in the US. I know that a lot of you guys are not within the US, but I hope you will you'll say that this applies for this rule. Now, sales, marketing, automation, lead generation, proposal qualification, chatbot, email. Okay, so here's my point is that so it's not necessarily marketing, right? And when we talk about lead generation, I do not consider the chatbots, right? So that are sitting on the website like that, a lead generation chatbot, because they're like capturing leads, they're nurturing leads, educating them, but they're not generating. Generating is an active outreach. So, but as you can see, they're saying educational AI bot, AI chatbot, and get a website. So this is, this is a regular chatbot that we need. Okay, so let's say chatbot for education. This would be the thing. Website updates, content generation, voice AI. Okay, so voice AI for outbound calls. Okay, they're trying hard to implement as much as possible. So voice AI caller, lead generation, nurturing, follow-ups, automated sequences. Okay, and now let's do the follow-ups. And this is more like the engagement, probably. Follow-ups, automation. Okay, so let's do 3. CRM data integration. Okay, so guys, these are the 3, I would say, core things. This, like, the description gives me an understanding that the client doesn't have too much experience with ordering or with developing AI things, and he's, you know, all over the place. He's probably, maybe it's generated by the AI, but still, this is, and the fact that ChatGPT, Dialogflow, Rasa, I mean, it's not needed. So he's probably heard about it somewhere and trying to implement it, and it's good. So it can be good or bad. Good thing is that there are a lot of the use cases that you can work on. The bad thing is that it's kind of hard client to work with, so you need to go step by step. Now, so let's start with this one, then we'll do the caller, and then we'll do the follow-up, because follow-up is actually very similar to the actual chatbot, but it's gonna do the engagement first. Now, so here is how we are going to structure this chatbot, okay? And let's do it like that. Let's do it like that so that we have the tool. First, obviously, Voiceflow. So the Voiceflow will power everything up. So if this is the chatbot, and by the way, let's do, for fun, let's do the website, and let's do SMS. The reason for it is that since this is the US client, if this would be, you know, a European company, I would say WhatsApp. So it's multi-channel. But here, like, no one uses WhatsApp, unfortunately, in the US actively, at least for the, you know, client support. So let's do the SMS. The core, it's going to be the same thing, okay? Probably. So the core will be built on Voiceflow, right? So this is where we'll have the actual conversational design, and we will have a knowledge base, right? So the knowledge base is the main thing, because he wants what? He wants educate people on medical expense reimbursement plans. To be honest, I have no idea what this is, but we'll figure this out. Okay, chatbot, okay. So now, Voiceflow. Voiceflow is great, and we can do anything here. But we need to deploy it on the web chat, right? As a web chat and as an SMS. Here, so let's call it a front end, okay? So the front end. So for the front end, we have a few different options. Obviously, I will do that, and, you know, this is what I was planning for, to do it one prompt. So, and use it, my own software and my own automation suite that, by the way, you can get access to, right? So this is aligned. I hope you understand that this is aligned with this, even though I'm going to use already made templates. This is completely based on on the rule, cause you have access. You can go in the link in the description and get access to everything that is going to be used. Okay, but this is the first thing. The second thing, or the second option, is to use the front end, for example, Chat Dash, or Tixai. Okay, Tixai. Now, so these are the biggest guys when it comes to front ends for Voiceflow, and you have the dashboard, you have everything there, so it's pretty good. Tixai. Okay, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The reason why I choose one prompt, besides the fact that I own it, is that you have so since we're developing multi-step thing, both of them, so inside the one prompt and inside the chat dash, you can view all the conversations. But since we are developing for the SMS now, this is inside one prompt. We have one solution, which is the omnichannel agent. This is what we're essentially going to use. So it's going to work on the SMS and website, but you can technically connect SMS to Tixai and chat dash. It's going to be not that great of an experience, but still. But it's so this is really good when it comes to just the website. What I like about one prompt is that since we are gonna do the color, okay, and there we have a specific solution for the database reactivation, which seems like this is gonna be the thing, but we'll see. Anyways, so we can keep everything under one suite, under one roof, and this is what I like. Anyways, so now we build the backend on Voiceflow, the front end on one prompt. If you want to use, you can use Chat Dash or Tixime, and that's it. Okay. Now, so I think let's start with this, and then we'll go to the actual color and follow-ups. Do I miss something? Probably not. Okay. Now, let's go to, let's keep this open. Where's it? Yeah, let's this one. So let's go to the Voiceflow. Okay, I actually have it here. Let's go to one prompt and let's start mapping everything up. The thing that you need to understand is that I am not going to create a Voiceflow template from scratch just because it would be not efficient from my side, because you still have access to this template, right? But I will go over, if you want to rebuild it, no worries, I'll go over everything. So this is actually the omnichannel agent template that you're also getting once you get the license. But let's say we'll duplicate it. Okay, I have 200 agents, okay, and pretty old ones. Okay, so demo rest. Let's remove something. Now, when we go to the one prompt, we have the omnichannel agent. Okay, yeah. So this is a we white labeled. This is our white label version of high level, which is specifically designed for automations, and we have a lot of different pre-built solutions. So omnichannel now, but as you can see, we'll go over this, but it's still powered by the Voiceflow, so we still need the Voiceflow. But the advantage here is that we'll use the Voiceflow and we'll deploy through SMS and WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, SMS and web chat. So it's pretty simple. It should be simple. Let's see. Okay, we duplicated this. Let's go to the designer and let's start mapping everything up. Go here. Let's call it what? YouTube Upwork. Okay, Upwork. So we need the conversational design, and we need the knowledge base. If you go here, we have an empty knowledge base, but here it's already has been built, but we don't need to, so we need to restructure it again. So you have the access to the template. So let's actually find an example. Do we have some information of who they are? It's probably medical reimbursement plans. So insurance medical reimbursement plans. Let's try to find Washington State farmers insurance. Okay, claims, get the audit claims, auto insurance, car insurance. Anyways, so do we have like pricing or something? FAQ. Okay, anyways, so let's actually use these guys as an example for the company. Okay, by the way, are they? Yeah, farmers. Oh, okay. I forgot the farmers is the huge company. Okay, anyways, so let's use them. Okay, and let's build everything on top of this company. First, let's go through the knowledge base. Let's create the knowledge base. We'll do fire crawl, and we need the fire crawl to crawl the website. To crawl some of the pages on the website. Okay, fire crawl, login. Because when we are configuring the knowledge base, what we can do is technically you can just upload the URLs. Maybe I should use this, but this is not the optimal way because it's not gonna be formatted in the right way. So here, what we can do in the fire crawl, we can specify. Okay. So if we run it, it will crawl the website and format it in either JSON or Markdown. So we need the Markdown. Okay. So this is the content. We'll go here. We'll add the text. And by the way, I like to remove. Okay. I like to remove everything that is not starting car insurance. So we can start like from here, just because it's gonna mess the knowledge base, and it's not gonna be super it's not the best way to do that. Now let's go to car insurance. Let's do car insurance. Let's go to pet insurance, maybe business insurance, workers' compensation. For the resources, let's do FAQs, all insurance, business insurance questions. Okay, so these are, yeah. Okay, so let's go one by one. Sorry guys, I want to do it live, so I do not really want to speed this video up so that it's fair. And let's see how fast we're gonna do that. Okay. Some reason I cannot go on top of this thing. Okay, they have a lot of the content. Okay, now got the second page. So car insurance. We don't need this. Okay, pet insurance. We can technically copy everything like that. Okay, yeah guys, okay, so I will do it in a bad way. So I'll just copy and paste so that it's faster. Workers' comp, we have, oh, okay, we have the table, so we should do it through here. Yes, when you have like either tables or prices, sensitive info, I would highly suggest you to format it in the right way. And still, like we need to remove this one for sure. Obviously, we don't need it. And when we are talking about the live project, you would do it like you would get it from Firecrawl, then upload it to ChatGPT, and then ask it to reformat it, just because and remove all the unnecessary details, just because like we don't need it. Okay, so here, how many FAQs we have? Okay, for the FAQs, it's gonna do the job because it's gonna keep the format. Now it's gonna be easy, it's not gonna mess up them. Okay, so copy, we go to the text. Okay, this. Okay, and farmers FAQ, keep that. And business insurance, this. Okay, for this, we will just, but it doesn't have any information. What is business property insurance? This is like a blog. Okay, so let's just get the blog for fun, and let's copy it and paste. Now, so our knowledge base is technically done. Based on what they were saying is that educate prospect about medical plan, partially self-funded health plans, and cost-saving strategies for employers. Depending on the company, they will probably have all this information available already in some sort of the resources. Not sure how big or small they are. If they don't, they will need to maybe create some sort of documents, and then you will enrich these documents through the AI, just so that through the like ChatGPT, whatever, or AI, so that your Voiceflow bot has more context. Okay, so now the knowledge base is done. Okay, let's go here. First, I need to open TypeInMind, and I need some help. So the TypeInMind is just the front end for, ChatGPT in different models. Okay, that's what we're using. So the first step is setting the bot persona. Again, guys, you have the template once you get the one prompt. So so that we're on the same page. See, that was the Eugene persona, and this is the CEO of one prompt. So this is an actual bot that is like designed to act like me, and see how I talk. This is like kinda, yeah, lol, gotcha, very unprofessional language, right? So if we test it out, it's gonna be very fluent and not super corporate. This we don't really want it. What up? Because we are talking about insurance, and I will go over each step. Not much here. So what's your business all about? See, like it's very slangish. So we need to modify it. Okay, so we need to modify it and import facts, Eugene. Okay, so I want you to recreate a prompt, send it to me in code block. The company information below. we need to make it more professional, but also fluent as human, so not too corporate. Not sure what this means. And where is the company? Okay, and what I do is I just go to farmers, just copy everything, and we'll go to here. Okay, that was the bot persona. Eugene, I'm Eugene, both. No, pretty meta. What? Pretty much lots like kinda. No, you didn't get it. This was the prompt for bot persona that I am creating. Now I am working on a different bot for a different company. So you need to create a new persona, call it Phil. So I'm Phil friendly assistant for farmers. Okay, now let's dive deep. Hey, my approach: import facts. Always farmers insurance overview. We don't need the overview. We usually don't need an overview, but like for example, because this will be. So here's the thing. Okay, let's actually just copy this and let's replace it now. The thing why I don't really like putting too much information, because this is saved in variable, right? So now we have bot persona, and in this variable, we have all this information. So this variable will be used in the system prompt, because if you go to the, for example, the main prompt, right? So you have the system, and as you can see, we're putting the bot persona variable. But so we're not putting any context here. Sometimes we do in a conversational style just to make sure that it's working properly. So I don't like to put the details of the company here, because the details will be also retrieved from the knowledge base. But let's go step by step. We set up the persona. Let's say, hey there, this is digital copy of Eugene. We don't need it, so let's say, hey there, how may I help you? So something like that. Okay, so let's be real now. Then we are capturing the user reply, okay, and saving it in last user utterance. So we are setting the entire user reply. This is very important, because this is very conversational bot. At the end, you will see that we are sending multiple messages. So we're not sending a chunk of message, like a huge paragraph of text. It's splitting the text into multiple sentences and, paragraphs and messages. So in order to save them all, you need to use something like that. The Voiceflow has the built-in memory called VF memory, but again, so it saves only 10 last utterances, and if you are making a longer conversation, especially if we're talking about the multi-channel outreach, you need to have something custom. So here we are not gonna go over the code again, guys, because I said that we don't need the code, but this code has been built for you already, so you have access to it. And it's, in a nutshell, it's saving everything of what bot says and what user says in the memory variable. Now, it will always, work, right? So go to the default, but sometimes, just in case, this is what we do as the error checker, and we're outputting okay. You can also, for example, in the fallback, in the fail, so you can create maybe an API request, right, and send a webhook to trigger, a message to your email or something like that, just so that you're aware. But here we're sending okay, so if the bot will send okay and stop, we understand that it was stopped on this specific step. So the bot says, "Hi there, how may I help?" We capture the reply. Let's say the user asked the question. We need to call the knowledge base, okay? And the Voiceflow has a separate step where we do that, okay? it's accessed through the KB search. Here we're providing the question to the knowledge base, and we're also saving the chunks. Now, very important. So let's try it out. Let's say, what do you guys sell? See, we got a reply, but this is not an answer. This is the chunks. It's a raw content that was retrieved from a RAG knowledge base, right? So it's not generating reply on this stage, and it's just finding the most relevant chunks. Usually, especially for knowledge base of our size, I would say 2. So I would say like 2 chunks is enough. Yeah, it's probably enough. Yeah, and we don't have too much pricing information and stuff. So more chunks, more accurate it's gonna be, but so more context is gonna have. But again, so you'll use more tokens, and it might be a bit slower, but we don't really care about the speed because we're mimicking human behavior, and we're still going to use the delays. Okay, now so we have the chunks. Now this is the main thing. So this is where the magic happens. Okay, this is the main prompt. And so pay attention. We are not outputting the reply to the user here. We're just generating the reply and saving it to the reply variable. So if you go to the dev logic set, so you can set a variable with a prompt. So you're saying, okay, this is, the prompt, and this is the variable that we're gonna set. And this is what we're doing here. So let's go through the prompt. And showcase capabilities. Okay, so it's not relevant. Here in the system, we already provided the new persona. Now, recreate the main engagement prompt. The main goal is to help users answer questions. And always, we're trying to always do something that, like, provide a final result, like where are we heading, where the bot is heading, what is the call to action. And so like help the users is good, but maybe provide them a quote, right? So again, so it really depends on like if you're like talking with an existing customer or not. You need to do the verification. It's a more complex scenario. They did not mention that, so they're saying educate them on the plans. So technically, they would want a quote afterwards, questions, and then when everything has been answered, gently ask if the user wants a quote. This will be the main prompt. What we did above, user persona, bot persona, will be in system prompt, so you don't need to repeat yourself. Here is an example. Okay, let's see what it gives us. Structure, primary goal, provide users must learn information needed, current insurance type, concerns. Okay, so it's kind of capturing the details. So in order to provide the quote, right? So we're saying, okay, capture these details. Anyways, this is where we don't need examples. This is where the magic happens, right? So you would really need to dial it in, like you would work on this prompt for as long as you can to niche it down. Okay, let's use it in this format. Okay, so when we paste it in, it's gonna do the same thing. So okay, sentences, formatted rules, write like you speak. Okay, now input sources. This is very important. Here, we are providing the knowledge base reference. And as you can see, we're using the variables. So because these chunks that were generated on this step were actually saved in the KB chunks variable. And now we are referencing this variable here, okay? If you ask me, okay, Eugene, but what if the user says, hey, how are you? This utterance will be sent to the knowledge base, but the knowledge base will not have any answers because this is not a question. And on top of that, this is not the question that is relevant to our, services. So that's why we're like, it could be empty, right? So that's why we're not saying, hey, base your replies only on this context. No, we are saying, hey, this context, if it has anything, it's going to be there. If it's not, user utterance, just in case, in conversation history, and see memory. So we're using the custom memory variable, right? That where we're saving everything, so the whole conversation. And now we're ready to go. So let's do the settings for, I like it. I like the temperature. Yeah, so it's pretty much, and this is for the testing. So this is pretty much it. Now, here it will generate the reply. So let's say we say, hey, how are you? It will say, I'm good, how are you? But it's not displaying it to the user. What we do is we are saving it into the reply variable. The next step is very important because we can, and we are trying to mimic human behavior, and you will see when we will test it through SMS channel and as well as the web chat widget, you will see a wide difference. So it does feel like a human. So it saves, it sends multiple messages. You can technically finish it up. So technically you can, you can just, after, we got this, you can do what? Like you can do the prompt and you can do the engagement. This is our prompt, right? So this is the prompt that we created. And that's it. And this will display it to the user. Then you can loop it here. Like now this is the loop. Okay. So if we say, hey there, how are you doing? Okay. So it will save here. I'm helpful assistant ready. Don't have feeling. What do you guys sell? Yeah, see, so it's replying with one message and that's it. What we want is we want to chunk it down into multiple messages. So we want to, because humans talk with multiple messages. So what we're doing here is we are asking AI to analyze the reply that was generated and decide on how many messages we can split it up to on 1 to 6. And we're saving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on how many messages we can split this message to into the variable reply count. So it's the same logic here. Now we are checking this variable and saying, okay, if the reply count contains 1, it outputs the reply because we don't need to split anything. If it contains 2, we are setting another step. So here we are asking, okay, so we understood, and AI said that the message that was generated should be split into the 2 parts. And now we're asking AI to actually split it into the JSON format. So, hey, analyze this reply and split it into 2. So in the last thing, it was outputting 2 as a number. But here it's outputting the actual JSON is like message 1, message 2. And then we're using the JavaScript where okay, so output 1. And so we are saving output 1 variable to what was generated in here. Okay, guys, I know that it might be confusing, but again, so you have this template, so you don't need to worry about it. And other than that, so we're like saving it, and then we are outputting output 1, output 2. Same thing. So if this fails, we're sending OKK, just because. So here, if we say okay, we understand that it was failed on this specific step, so it should be a different message, so that it double K, it means that it failed on the actual saving replies to variables, but it's JavaScript, so it's not gonna fail. And then we are outputting this to the user. We are saving the reply, we're updating custom memory, and so once the user replied, we are saving custom memory, and then we're gonna back to the call KB, okay? And it's looping us. Let's test and see what we have received. What do you guys sell? Let's see. It's calling the knowledge base. Okay, so now it generated. See? So it replies us with multiple messages, with 3. Doesn't it look like a human? Okay, and this is the whole point. And obviously, the human would send multiple messages. So if we right now deploy it like that, it might work. The problem is that if we are like going in depth and trying to mimic like human behavior, we also need to send multiple messages, right? So we want to be say, okay, and now we go, but it's generating the reply right away. So anyways, but for now, it's good. For now, it's good. Let's deploy it, and our bot is ready, right? So we will test it actually on the website. But other than that, we provided the prompt, we created the knowledge base, we set the persona, and yes, guys. So you would need to, so if you want to do the bookings, or if you would do the actually, because he did not provide anything in terms of the quote generation, FAQs, lead magnets. Okay, website updates, FAQs, AI generated blog candidate. So here, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Like, see, you would really, if you feel comfortable with the sales and with your expertise, you say like, why? Like, God, instead of this, you will have a chatbot. So by the way, like, they don't have the chatbot, okay, which is a shame. The guys are probably multi-billion-dollar company. In the FAQ, you can do the full page embed here, or let's say you will keep this, but here you'll say talk to the agent. So instead of like getting the quote or below getting the quote, and it will pop up the message. So you can do a lot of different things, and I really like the fact that they're exploring. They have a lot of the use cases. You just need to be able to provide it. Now, so is in like what I was about to say is, let's say that if you want to generate, so if you want to create a separate sequence of, let's say, if the user mentions something regarding the quotes, now you need to go to a separate flow. You can do it differently. So how we do that usually, so we would do the step set, and we do, okay, set intent, maybe intent, we have it, and we will create a prompt, and here we'll say analyze the entire user memory, something like that. So, and we'll do custom, oh sorry, we have memory. Okay, this is the memory, and identify the intent of the user. Okay, so, and now, and like output, and if this is a general intent, output like general. If the user is looking for a quote, output quote, something like that. Now, so we'll, and like you need to lower the temperature down and all these things. But so now we'll either have this, so we're saving in the intent either general or quote, and then you would do the actual logic condition, and you'll say business logic if the variable intent equals to quote, right? So you'll go here, and then you'll like do API request, you'll do a separate sequence. Okay, so this is how you would do that, but for now we don't have this task, we already deployed it, it's all good. Now let's see how we can deploy to the actual web chat. Okay, we will go to the one prompt again. So this is our version of high level. It's highly customizable. It comes with, the license comes with 6 pre-built, ready to sell, production ready solutions. You can go, first link in the description, and check it out, watch the video and see everything that you need to know. But here we have the omnichannel agent. Okay, these are all the automations. Besides that, in the sites we have a chat widget. Okay, you can create a new one, but let's say, so let's check it out. So this is the widget that we need to deploy. Okay, so this is like a regular widget. This is our, by the way, widget. So because we provide 24/7 support for, for you guys. So if you join, you'll have 24/7 live chat support here. But this is, behind it, you'll have, right? So you'll have the chat that we're creating right now. We're not gonna customize it, by the way. It looks also blue. also looks blue, so that's great. Okay, let's get the code. We don't need to configure anything here. So the magic happens on the back end, so we don't need to configure anything here. Now, how do we test it out? Let's go to Framer. I have a website that my agency website is sitting in Framer, and I have the page for testing, and there we can embed it there. Okay. So let's wait. Okay. Here we have a testing page. In the testing page, in the settings, I hope you understand that it doesn't matter what you use. So end of the body had custom code. So you would do the end of the body tag and you would paste the script, right? So the script of this widget should be here. Now, if we save it, publish, update. So if we go here, the bot should pop up, hopefully. If I did not make any mistakes, custom code should be in the header, probably end of the body tag. Yeah, should be. Yeah, probably should be here. My bad, guys. This is not what I do on a daily basis. This is why I have developers, but okay. Let's see. So now I'm confused. Maybe I'm not getting that because I was already testing. So, anyways, that's a bummer. Okay, should we go to another page? It's probably because of my newsletter. Okay, so newsletter heading. Okay, so let's do in the head tag. Start with the head tag. End of the head tag. Start of the body tag. Okay, so let's do it here. If it's not gonna work, it's probably because I was testing it and it remember my IP. It's the newsletter, by the way. So am I opening the right page? It's the newsletter here. It's the newsletter, this one. Okay, anyways, yeah, so we have the chat widget here. Okay, sorry. Now, here's how everything works. I want you to understand the logic behind it. So we have the one prompt, okay? Let's say, so we have the one prompt, okay? Which is, again, so our version of hello. We have the chat widget. Okay, so we have the chat widget, which is connected directly to one prompt. When the user sends a message, right, and inside one prompt, we have workflows, automations. So when the user sends a message to the chat widget, it goes to one prompt, right here. It starts the workflow, and in the workflows and in automations, we are connecting it to the Voiceflow, right? To the Voiceflow. So Voiceflow generates the reply, goes back here. This goes back to one prompt, and one prompt is sending the message back to the chat widget, okay? So this is kind of a loop. So let me show you. Okay, we have this, it's all good. Inside one prompt, we connected the live chat. If you go to the automations, maybe it's gonna be a bit hard for you to understand from the first time, but I'll try to make it as easy as possible. So let me open a few of them so that you can see process DMs, create opportunity, we don't need it, and then we here. Okay, so I'm opening it from the last to the first so that we can follow it through. The first action here is when someone sends us a message, right? So we are like triggering, and again, so because this is a whole suite, we can deploy it through the Instagram, SMS, WhatsApp. So I'm trying to keep it simple for you right now since we're talking about the live chat. When someone sends a message here, we are triggering the live chat, we're doing some manipulations, and then here, this is the magic step, right? So here we are capturing all the replies that the user says. and not sending the message. So essentially we're like doing it through the custom fields. So when the user, says hi, then press enter, and then, how are you? It saves each and every reply in the custom field. And then after the first message has been sent, right, so here, it has been saved in the DM1 custom field, we are starting the timer. And here we are waiting for 15 seconds. And this is just made for the illustration purposes. So this is where you configure for how long you want to wait. Okay. And you can set like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 10 minutes, and AKA capture all the user messages within this 3 minutes, and AKA then send a response right away. For now, we're doing the 15 seconds. So we're waiting for the 15 seconds, doing some manipulations, whatever, and sending the user reply. But where? It has not been generated, right? So we're like doing some tagging verification just because we need the omnichannel tag because this is for the testing. I use it for myself, and I don't want this bot as a sample that we provide with the license to answer to all of my messages. So here we are saying, okay, if the user tag, no, it's doing some manipulations here. Okay, I need to mention it from here. So we captured all the replies from the user that the user sent, and all these replies are sent to our Voiceflow bot, right? So with the Voiceflow bot, with this bot, you're interacting through APIs. So we go to the API key and we copy it. So we go here and we replace this API key. We are calling the API of Voiceflow, and we're providing the contact ID as the user ID within the, so this is the contact ID within the one prompt, and it's going to be the same ID, user ID within the Voiceflow to start the conversation. And since as you can see, it's saying, okay, Voiceflow has been launched or not. And this is just the Voiceflow thing. So in order to start talking with this agent, you first need to start it, and then you continue the conversation. So if you click, so here, see, we need to start. We get these messages first, and then we input something. So this first start message called the launch. And that's why here we're saying, okay, the Voiceflow has been launched. No, it has not been launched. So we are launching the Voiceflow, right? So we're replacing API key. Contact ID, we're providing it as a launch, we're saving it. But think about it. If this is the inbound message, we do not need to provide, hey there, how may I help? Usually the user, it's like you can configure it differently. You can configure it there, or you can, inside the chat widget, right? So if you go to the sites, inside the chat widget, you can just configure the default message, right? The default welcome, like welcome to insurance, farmers insurance, right? So how may I help? Okay. And you can configure it, I think, in the messaging. Okay, acknowledgement and the chat widget, whatever. So you can configure it there, here. So when the user sends us a message and we are launching the Voiceflow, we do not need to display the user this first message. We already need to answer to this message. That's why we're skipping this. We're not displaying this to the user. We're then generating the reply. So here, and see in the payload, we are passing the master message. And the master message means that this is all the utterances that the user provided. So if we say, hi, enter, I have a question, enter, what do you sell, enter. 3 messages here, they will be grouped into one. So as you can see, it's grouping the master message, DM1, DM2, DM3, DM4, DM5. It's up to 5, you can, increase it, whatever. And then this master message is sent to Voiceflow. Voiceflow generates the reply, we're parsing it. And when we parse it up, we are actually saving, since remember how we configure it. So these are 3 replies. And when we call the Voiceflow API, we will receive 3 replies back. So we need to save each one of these replies into a separate custom field. And this is what we do here, and then we're just displaying it to the user like that. Again, so this is kind of a spider web, but just because here we have SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram DMs, and Telegram. No, we don't have Telegram here, and the live chat widget. So it's just because of it's working with multiple channels, but you can, I would suggest you to, create separate flows for each different channel based on this template. Anyways, so, and that's it. Now, when we send a message to our one prompt widget, we will trigger this automation. We will process all the DMs. We will wait for for all the DMs to come in this case 15 seconds, and then all the DMs will be sent to Voiceflow through the API. The reply with either one or multiple messages will be generated, and then we'll output it to the user. I'm not gonna go in depth right now because we're also gonna be using the follow-ups. So because since this is an entire solution and this is what you would want to do. So when the user is not replying, you're sending the follow-ups and you can do the human handoff, whatever. Now, so let's test it out. If we say, hey, I have a question. Okay. So we send 2 messages. If you go in the enrollment history here, you will see that the guest visitor, right? So the 2 messages got received. Now, 2 messages now got processed here, okay? But here we'll only have 1 because of a different reason. So now we're waiting for 15 seconds. Okay, wait. Okay, now we send it to here, and here it will start generating the reply. And it's not doing that, by the way, because I forgot to add, see, omnichannel agent tag. No. Yes, because I receive, so since this is the multi-channel agent, it's also connected to my WhatsApp and to my SMS, so I don't want to, people receive this. So what we needed to do is we needed to go to the contacts. Again, obviously in your, scenario, you would just remove it. So this is the visitor, okay? So guest visitor, okay, you would do the tag and you would do the omnichannel tag. Yeah, and again, so you can edit here, whatever. So now this omnichannel tag, now you will see the it will go through here. So let's do. Okay, I really like dogs. Do you have any coverage for pets or something? Did we provide anything on the pets? Insurance, probably, yeah. Pet insurance, yeah, we did. We should be able to get a reply. Okay, so it should be waiting right now. Let's see. Okay, so here we are. Actually, no. So it didn't go because the sequence was completely broken just because of the fact that we have not added the tag. And this is unfortunate. Again, this is my problems because this is the actual template that you're guys receiving, and I need to include everything, right? I need to include everything here so that it works for the WhatsApp, SMS, and everything. Now let's start from scratch, okay? So hi, and the second message would be I really okay, hi. I really like dogs. Do you have anything for me? If we go here, the contact will be created. So we just need to add, until we wait for 15 seconds, we just need the tag. We just need to add a tag quickly. Omnichannel. Now, okay, so now it will go through. Just the verification thing, so don't worry about it. Okay, so we should get, we got 1 message, okay? It's a different visitor. Here, we processed only 1 reply, good. Then, we are, okay, and then right now, it should be generating the reply. Okay, so it's generating the reply in Voiceflow. Okay. We are parsing the JSON, saving the response, sending the message. Sending the message. Sending the message. Okay. If we go here, and because I was probably going back and forth, it did not reload. So let's check it out. Okay, so we got it. Hey there, dog lover. Absolutely, we got something just for you. Farmers offers pet insurance, pet. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much. And where are you located, by the way? Not sure if this information should be available, because we scraped this somewhere here. Farmers, yeah, it's probably somewhere here. Now, guys, yeah, so I'm not sure for how long I've been recording this video. This is the live chat agent, but we have a few more, so stay tuned. We will now deploy this thing through the SMS, and then we'll jump into the voice caller. But let's check. Okay. Okay, so it's parsing the JSON, it's sending the message. Again, when I like jump back and forth, and because I'm using like different VPNs, it's sometimes having. Okay, so hey, glad that you're excited about it. Farmers Insurance operates nationwide. Yeah, so this is it. Like, you just deployed within 30 minutes, and now you have something tangible to show to this client. And before applying to the job, you like build it up and say, hey, by the way, we already did it. You just literally copy this thing, and here you say demo for farmers insurance, you know, so that they land, they in like, and you can do click on the like check the right, the bottom right, to view it. You see this link, you send this link to the customer. That's it. Like, you have it. Now let's do the same thing through the SMS. Why not? Just because it's already been built. So I will go to my open phone. Okay. So what do we need? What do we need? Within the one prompt, we obviously in the settings, we have the phone numbers. So let's check what phone number do I have here. Okay. So I have this 909. Okay, so if we go to, and I already have GHL1. Okay, so GHL1, this is an old conversation, which is something weird. Anyways, so let's say GHL1. Now, so 901. So this is the number that is connected to the one prompt. Again, guys, for those who are tech savvy, you know that, this is, high level. You go through the same process, you acquire it. We have the live chat that will help you with the A to B support, whatever. Now, so here, when we send a message, it will trigger the same exact scenario. As you can see, it receive the SMS. So it will trigger this, and it will go through the same sequence. So if we say, hey, do you have anything for cars or something? I know. Okay, let's actually wait and let's see. Okay, so we got two messages here. Okay, we got two messages here, and the two messages has been processed. We are and see, like, because this was the guest visitor, this is how the web chat visitor displays, and here's how the phone number. This is the phone number, whatever, of the customer. So here we are. I'm sorry again, Jesus, I forgot. So I forgot to add the omnichannel tag. Okay, that's why we haven't received anything. Okay, so now let's remove this. That's my bad, guys. Because I don't want, like, even because I received a lot of the messages, and if I remove, like, technically what I can do, and I can just go to, so when it's no, I can send go to, and go to like this, but can't. So it's gonna be a mess if I forget about it. So let's see. Hey, I am James. And let's say I didn't have something for cars or something. Okay. What I wanted to say is that this will not match. Okay, I forgot. Wait. I almost forgot again. I hope we will make it. Tag omnichannel. No, I think we didn't make it. Yeah, we didn't make it probably. Sorry. It has been processed already. Let's see. It's very hard to, yes. It's very hard to do the same thing over and over. Anyways, so what we can do, like we don't need to delete it. So if you go to the omnichannel agent, so you'll see the hey and I'm James. So this had been saved. So we can technically just, whatever. So James, we can technically just empty this custom fields and we can say again, same thing. So sup, I am James, and do you have something for cars or dogs? Yeah, this verification killing me, but again, within the one prompt, you just get access to 6 production ready solutions. That's why I need to implement all this verification for them to work correctly and not mess up my own workflows within my agency. Okay, so we have 2 from James. No, so we have 1 from James. This is waiting for 15 seconds. We completed. And here we are. Did I again forgot about it? No way. No way I again forgot about, or I didn't save it. Okay, guys. This is. I hope you will not unsubscribe from me when I do that. Okay, so let's do everything from scratch, and I will just copy this. I will just send this as one. I will get this guy here. Where is it? Okay, I will get this now. We have 10 seconds about left. Omnichannel agent, and now it should be good. I really needed to prepare it. So here we see, because the James disappeared so we just have the ID just because we deleted the James contact and it doesn't, it doesn't remember it. So we are processing, we finished. So James will disappear now. Okay, so we're generating the reply in Voiceflow. We are parsing the reply. Sending SMS, see, because it identified that this is the SMS, and we got it. So yep, you covered the auto insurance. See, guys, so, and you tell me that it doesn't look real, like 3 messages, and they're being sent right away. So what you would do is here in the SMS, after each message, you would just do the wait, and you just, wait for like a certain seconds or minutes after like sending each and every message to look human. But awesome. I like apples. And let's say something relevant. Okay, like what is worker comps? Compums. Okay, comps. It will understand that it's compensation. Okay, so this is, guys, how within literally like 30 minutes, this video is longer because I was explaining everything, but when you have access to the one prompt, you can literally deploy everything within like 30 seconds. And now you can tell them, hey, text to this number and the AI will talk to you. So we will finish this up. Let's wait for the reply. And then we will jump into the voice AI color and see what we can do there. Okay. Yeah, hey, works comp is insurance that covers the medical claims benefits. Yeah. So see, now it didn't actually it didn't chunk it down into multiple messages, just because this is like a paragraph and it's more like an informative paragraph. That's why it decided to provide it. But if you would want, right, so you would go to the Voiceflow, and within the Voiceflow, in the reply count, here where you actually set it up, you set the instructions how to chunk down the replies. Okay, guys, so let's actually, and by the way, if you look closely here, it's sent to the send follow-ups, and just not gonna go over it, but we have a separate workflow for the send follow-ups. So let's say if the user does not respond, and obviously like the user might not respond here because it's just it's not a question, but here, see, we're like waiting for like 20 hours, and if the user doesn't respond in 20 hours to our question, then we will send a follow-up is in the SMS, this like me now, and this is like a meme of like an image, but it doesn't really matter. Like you can do anything, but when the reply is received, we will unsubscribe from the sequence so that user doesn't get the reply, like doesn't get the follow-up right after. Okay, so let's go back to our mirror board. So tell me, guys, is this something that we can already present to this client, and he can, you know, be kind of satisfied, and we can go from there and start developing afterwards? By the way, if you want to see more of these videos of the live builds of real jobs, let me know in the comments. Please support me. I need to see that you guys like it. Even if you don't like it, tell me why. Now, this is done, okay? We got it. Let's talk about Voice AI Color. What he mentioned here. Okay, so Voice AI for outbound call, AI driven to engage business owners, introduce cost-saving health plan solutions, and schedule consultations. Okay, now this is where some education is needed, because this is a cold calling, but is it like, again, we would need to clarify on this client, like what do they mean? But my agency, we never first advise, but also like do the actual cold calling with the AI. I do believe, especially in the US, is going to be banned anyways, and it's just not the best way. So even though, especially like older people might not even know that it's AI, if this is not the best way to do that. So what you can do the personalized ringless voice messages, which is one of the solutions that you also get here. So we'll talk about it, but let's like, because okay, like you can do that, like you can, right? So you would need to figure out like the Twilio and their limitations and all the, like, to follow all the policies. But for this specific use case, it might seem like they talk about database reactivation, and especially if we would like work with farmers, like this is gonna be the thing. Imagine how many dead leads farmer has, like probably millions, or like hundreds of thousands. So the idea of this is pretty simple. Let's say that we have elites. Okay, so let's say that in the Voice AI Color we have a lead, and again, this could be a cold lead, or let's say dead lead. Okay, you can, again, so you can literally, like, you can do the same exact thing for the cold, but I would just not suggest, like, I would suggest you not to do that, but you can. Okay, so, but let's talk about the dead leads. So these are the leads that have been, you know, interact. So what do? We have, say, some contacts about this lead. So in the contacts, we have maybe the policy that they've been exploring, or maybe maybe the date, maybe, you know, an address, maybe some notes from an agent. And the pipeline is very simple. So we have the contacts, we add to pipeline. Wait, so we add this prospect to the pipeline. Then our AI gets the info about the prospect or the lead. Then AI make a call and then we process this call. Okay, so this is kind of the flow. Now, so let's talk about the tools that you're gonna use. First, you need something on the front end side, and you need something on the back end side. On the back end side, you would just use the VAPI, which is a pretty solid choice. So you'd use the VAPI in, so we can say Twilio, but Twilio. So you don't need anything else. So this gets info about the prospect from where? So because we need to add to the pipe, so we need the pipeline, and that's where the one prompt comes in handy, right? So we have the one prompt. So we are adding the prospect to the one prompt, where then it has the information about this. And here we're kinda making the call based on VAPI, and the VAPI has the information about the prospect from one prompt and from what was generated or like provided here, right? So, and let's say Twilio. And then we also, and then we also need to process this call, obviously, right? So we need to process this call and maybe then receive a callback, or process this call now. So not receive a callback if it's a missed call, but and then classify if he's interested or not interested, right? Let's say not interested. Okay, so this is what we need. Let's actually build it up. I don't think that this is far from what the client is requesting. If you would say that, hey, like, don't, if it's the smaller company, I would get it. So I would understand that they're like looking for like more business, and they're like looking to drive revenue. They're dying out, or, you know, struggling. From my, this is not probably the client that you're looking for. And for them, if you are this client, please, you know, just do the ads, right? Whether, I'm not sure if it works or not. But if this is the case, when you are really considering actual cold calling with the AI, you should, you know, just look at the marketing, not with the AI, but just standardized marketing, maybe with some power ups on the content side, or the management from the AI, but that's it. But if you are, you know, stable, and if you're like trying to grow, trying to improve the processes, trying to improve the actual rate of people coming into your site, and then increasing, you know, the bookings, the actual, you know, quotes or something, this is, you know, a pretty good system. Now, so let's go from, okay, we do not need Voiceflow anymore, right? So the Voiceflow is done. We do not need this. Let's leave one prompt. So we don't need this. Okay, let's keep this one. So let's go to the VAPI first. Let's inside the VAPI. We already have an assistant, again, that comes with the one prompt license. So we're just gonna use it and modify so we have the outbound caller. The main thing that you need to understand with this caller is that we are providing the custom variables. So see, and by the way, that's so funny because this is also for the insurance company as a test. Again, so it was not pre-made, I mean, before the actual video. It's just a nice coincidence, because, you know, a lot of the solutions that you get are based on an example of the company, which is the LTC insurance company, one of our clients. So anyways, as you can see, when it's sending the first message, it's saying, hi, is this name? Because we're reactivating the database, we can provide, because we have this information about the prospect, we can say the prospect name. And besides that, here we have the reference information, we have the full name, prospect email on file, and the notes, right? So these are the dynamic things that will be generated every time the call is happening. And we need to provide it when we make an API call from one prompt to here, where we need to provide and replace these variables. But so let's actually go here and let's do another prompt for another agent. and replace the info for the farmer's insurance. Okay. Agreement, Barbara, 10 years experience with, no, adopt, no, LTC is a different company. Use the farmers insurance. Okay, and let's just paste it one more time. Let's see. 10 is farmers insurance. Anyways, yeah. So these are the hooks now. And that's it. For the, you can play around with the transcriber. It's pretty standard. We are using the 11 labs. We don't have any functions because we don't need them. We're not trying to book a call here. And this is also, like, my advice would be to not focus on actually booking the calls, but rather sparking the interest from the prospect. And if the prospect is interested, mark within your like pipeline is interested, and then pass it to the real human agent who will call and then finalize the deal or the quote. So here, okay, we have it and we have everything. Okay, let's go to, should we replace it? Okay. Yeah, let's replace it. Okay, so we replace it. Let's keep it like that. Let's publish, and that's it. Let's go to the one prompt as always. So we'll go to the database reactivation. We have a few of the things here, and let's receive a callback, receive a reply, start follow-ups. We need the first three. Okay, let's receive and check the first three. The first one is adding the prospect to the pipeline. Here you have, and again, I forgot to mention it with the actual omnichannel agent, because for each of the solutions, there's a separate like pipeline. You know, for the omnichannel, you have, you know, the pipeline of like where the prospects are coming from, and you also have the dashboard, right? So to check it out. But what's more interesting is that we have, for the database reactivation, we have the dashboard, and it's pretty customizable, so we can see, okay, so what's the value in the pipeline, and interested, not interested, and stuff. But we have an actual pipeline for the database reactivation, which is, okay, so waiting to be contacted, no number, contacted, answered, not answered, interested, not interested, finished. Finished is that because when we are calling and the prospect didn't answer, we will call it back, and once, you know, a certain amount of calls has been made, the prospect has been finished. So first we need to add the prospect to this pipeline. And in order to do that, we're just gonna add the tag, right? So we are just, when we add the database reactivation tag, we will create an opportunity. Let's go to the contacts and let's create a contact. By the way, I'll use my second phone number. Let's check what the phone number is, because I have like 10 of the numbers on different providers. Okay, so it's 570, but it's 647. Wait, 570647. Okay, is this. Let's actually remove this contact just so that we start from scratch. Okay. Now, and you would add it through the bulk just because it's the bulk outreach. Let's say what? Eugene James. Okay. Now, for the phone number, let's put the 570-647-4506. Okay, this is the phone number. We create contact. Now, a very important thing to understand is that we need the notes. You don't actually, you are not must to have it, but you should have it, at least something. This will provide more context to the AI, and the conversation will feel more personalized. It really depends on who they are and what they do. They do not provide any information here. But I would say that if we are reactivating the prospects, if they've been, you know, using the CRM or the ERP to track everything, so they might have some information about this prospect. So I would say that here we have a database reactivation folder for the custom fields. And if we go here, we have the reactivation notes. You will upload it, right? So when you upload it in bulk through the contacts, you will be able to provide, like, just map the column to the field, but you would say, he likes hockey and lives in Belarus. Okay. Now, so we have this contact. If we add a database reactivation, we have two tags, database reactivation, start reactivation. So if we tag the database reactivation tag, this prospect will be popped up waiting to be contacted. And obviously, like when you upload it in bulk, everyone will be here, and we just need to roll the prospect into the pipeline. Again, guys, I'm not sure, like I already mentioned it a few times, just to make sure you understand. You have the access to the one prompt, and you can check this out. So I'm not creating it on top of something that you don't have access to. And within the one prompt, as a part of the suite, you also get access to this agent and to all of the prompts and functions. Now, even though we are not using the functions, but we're using the functions in other tools like inbound voice AI agent. Now, so we have Eugene James, and we have opportunity value of 0. Okay, so and this automation has been ran. Okay, Eugene James. So we need to start the call. We need to start the outreach. And the trigger is the start database reactivation. When the tag is added, we will go through the sequence. First, it says if the phone number exists or not. If you're like working with a huge database, we just need to make sure that the phone number does exist, right? So if the phone number does exist, okay, we're waiting for the right time. Like, this is what you need to use in the advanced window. You would say, okay, so we are only calling at this weekdays and like this time, okay, and then we're actually making the real API call. Okay, anyways, so I didn't want to show you my API key, but again, I guess I'll just remove it. So here we are sending the API call to VAPI through the post request. We're providing the bearer the API token, and this is the role body. This is where the magic is happening. We have the assistant ID, and this is the ID of the assistant, right? So this is the ID of this assistant. In the phone numbers, you better import the number from Twilio if you're doing the outbound. You're also providing the ID here, okay? And you're providing the ID here. And this is where we do assistant override. And we're saying, okay, first name, this is the variable, how it is displayed in here. So see, first name exactly. And the first name will be equal to the first name of the contact. So we're, custom fields, we can do the contact, the first name. So it equals to this. And see in the notes, so this is exactly how it is displayed here. Notes. We are providing the actual contact notes that we placed right here, okay? And that's it. And we are calling this prospect with this data. We are then adding the tag, and then we move to the contacted. So we move this prospect to the contacted field, okay? To the contact opportunity stage here. And that's it. Now, after that, once it happened, we need to analyze the conversation. And there are multiple ways to do that. The one way that we're using in our suite of one prompt is actually through the N8N. I think it's in the cloud. Again, sorry, you have. So I'm not going to go through this from the startup, because you have access to all of the N8N templates and blueprints. But see here, so we receive the transcript, and what we do here is we're like just getting the webhook, right? So we're triggering the webhook, and the webhook is triggered from the advanced. If you go here, so this is, see, we're triggering this webhook, and we're passing the call end of the call report. Okay, so we're passing it, and then we're asking ChatGPT to, hey, like analyze it, and then output the result and output it in the JSON format. The result and the summary. Yes, guys, I know that you can do the actual analytics. So from here, so after call analytics, you can pass the structured data and stuff. But we liked it to use our own prompts and our own structure within N8N. So here you're passing the result, interested or not interested, based on the conversation transcript, and then you're creating the summary. You can configure it however you want, and then since this is the JSON. We're just mapping the information that was generated in the JSON in the previous block. We are triggering a different webhook within the one prompt. So here, let's actually go to the automation. So this is the first one. This is the add to the pipeline. We're starting the outreach, and here we are receiving the call transcript, right? So this is triggered by the webhook. So we are copying it and pasting it here. We're passing these parameters, and if you check this out, see here we have all the query parameters that were from the VAPI, and we also have the result in transcript. Right, so we have the transcript and the result here, interested or not interested, and then the ended reason. The ended reason is very important because this is how we will understand if the prospect picked up the phone and actually start talking or not. You can also analyze the transcript, but there are different ways to do that. So when we receive this, again, see callback tag. So we're verifying the tag for purposes of another agent. You need to go through the whole course of the one prompt to understand it. We're just trying to find the contact. This is very important, since here in the end of the call report we have the actual phone number, and we just obviously if this is only triggered from this N8N workflow, and this N8N workflow is only triggered if the VAPI called the contact, and if you call VAPI only from one prompt, the contact will exist, but just as an additional verification, we're saying, okay, the contact exists, yes, so this is the contact. And since we found the contact, right, so we have interested, not interested, transcript, and summary, we're just updating all the custom fields with the recording URL, with the summary, with the transcript, and with the ended call reason, okay? And then we're saying, okay, prospect answered, not answered. We're verifying assistant ended the call, customer ended the call, or the providing close the WebSocket. And there are different ended reasons from VAPI. You can go check the documentation and see in there, we're verifying, okay, if the result is interested, then we are moving the prospect into the interested phase, into the interested stage on the pipeline. If the prospect is not interested, to the not interested, okay? But if the prospect, as you can see, say prospect answered yes or no, if it's not ended call reason is not any of these, we're actually starting the follow-ups. And the start of the follow-ups is a completely separate automations where most of the prospects that you're going to call are obviously not going to answer. So here you're sending the SMS, hey, John, did you see my last call a few minutes ago? What was the weird silence? And then then we're making the second call with VAPI, third call with VAPI, and you can do whatever you want. Now, so we added this prospect to the pipeline, okay? So let's open him up and trigger the actual call. In order to trigger it, you would add another tag, database reactivation start, okay? So here it will see it triggered it, but it's waiting for the right time. So let's manually push through this, and we will receive a call right now. Check it out. Okay.
Hey, is this Eugene? I was trying to call you a few times. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I do. Hi.
Great. I noticed you were interested in getting the insurance quote previously. Are you still looking to explore that?
Yeah. And so what information do you know about me?
I know you live in Belarus and enjoy hockey. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do. I am actually very, very interested into what you have to offer.
That's fantastic. Can I confirm you still reside in Belarus? After that, I have a few questions.
Actually, yes, I am. Okay, so as you can see, it got all the information from the actual notes, and I said I'm interested just so that you see how we will move this, how it will move this prospect to the pipeline. So if we wait here, we should receive a transcript after some point. Okay, so we just received a transcript, right? And we called this, sorry, this one receive. Okay, so Eugene James moved to interested because I said that I am interested. So if we go to this opportunity, okay, database reactivation. So interested, Eugene James. Opportunity value is just, when we are moving someone to interested, we're just, assigning the value just so that, for example, when you, show your client your dashboard, you can really say, hey, by the way, so this is how much we generated potentially, because each reply is, costing you, each prospect is interested. This is the potential prospect to the pipeline who's like spending on average this amount of money. Yeah, and this is how everything like works, right? If you go to the opportunity, right, so you have all the transcript, the summary, the duration, the cost, we're not providing it here, recording URL, and then the actual ended reason. Okay, guys, so this is how you would do this thing. Again, does this sound like something we can already present to the client? It has been probably around an hour, and you've made the actual half of what he was asking about. You would educational chatbot, website updates and content generation. I'm not sure what he means by that. Voice AI outbound callers, lead generation and nurturing. So regarding the lead generation and nurturing, I'm not sure if we would really want this, but this does look similar like as the follow-ups and a follow-ups automation, because the prospect was mentioning follow-ups, automated email sequences, personalized engagement strategies. Now, so let's see how the this could be built. Also, let's close the one prompt windows. Okay, we don't need to save this one. Okay, sure. So for the follow-ups, we have what? We have prospect. There is a trigger, right? So the follow-up always starts with a trigger, and there's like something, prospect, or lead. Let's call it lead. Lead comes to your pipeline, right? Leads come to your pipeline. There are multiple triggers, but like say, and then we're starting the actual outreach ourselves, right? So you're sending the message, and this could be, start engaging, and the engagement could be through, SMS, through the phone call, right? So phone call, I would say personalized RVM, which is a very new thing, within the one prompt. So it's personalized ringless voicemailer, RVM. I would say like WhatsApp, but it's not relevant for this client, so we're not gonna talk about it. Okay. And from here, we are engaging, and then we are waiting for the user reply, right? So waiting for the user reply. Okay. So here we have two options. Let's move it here. So here we have two options. The first one is, when the user replied, or didn't reply. And if the prospect did reply, we are connecting it to the agent. Start nurturing, educating, and qualifying the prospect, right? And if he didn't reply, we're sending the follow-up. Okay, we're sending the follow-up, didn't reply, and we're going here. Okay, so now this is kind of the sequence. What tools do you need? I would say that it depends on like what we're doing here, right? But we obviously need Voiceflow again, just because the Voiceflow would be our engine on this, right? So on the start, like this will be the engine. because this is when the prospects start engaging. So this will be probably a personalized message, but it's going to be static. So for example, it's going to be hi, it's going to be like, hi James, aka like, and then like something. It's not going to be like totally unique message. So we don't really need to have an agent here. It can be done differently. And then from here, yeah, so, but we would need where the actually everything is sitting. So from where we're doing the follow-ups, from where this is done. So this is also going to be one prompt, right? So the one prompt is going to be on the follow-up side, and one prompt going to be on the actual starting the engagement side. Okay. So let's see what and how it has already been, guess what, like done within one of our solutions. We have the engagement agent. Okay, the engagement agent looks very, very similar and works similarly to the actual omnichannel, but it's a bit different because we are sending the first message ourselves. So then we are processing the replies. Okay, then we're waiting for the group and then sending the reply. Okay, so let's again open. If you paid attention, you'll see that it's similar, but if in the omnichannel we're actually receiving the first reply, right? So there's a trigger on the when someone sends us a chatbot message, right, or the SMS. In this case, we're triggering it through the form. In case like someone comes to the pipeline, you can do any sort of a trigger. It could be a webhook if you are, filling out something. If you have like some other form that is already implemented to the website. But in this case, in the sites, we already have the form. And let's open it up. Engagement agent. So let's preview this. So once this form is submitted, so we have the phone number, website, right? So once this form is submitted, it will trigger this. We'll see, okay, so there's a different type of the trigger, and we are researching the prospect. Now, this is not something that probably these guys would need, because it seems like it's a B2C. Introduce themselves cost saving. No, it's actually partition self-funded and cost saving strategies for employers, right? So it might be a B2B, but maybe it's a B2C. What I'm saying is that here we can research the prospect. So before sending the message, just to provide the context about the prospect to the AI, and we can do that by going into the N8N and just triggering another workflow within N8N that will scrape the website. So if we search for the engagement agent, right? So the prospect research. So here we're triggering the webhook, and this webhook is triggered here, right? So, and we're passing We're passing the email, which is not needed, the website, because the website is here. Again, super dependent on where you are standing, but this is like, as one example, of what could happen. The user can provide a website. So this is the business, and if you're working with a B2B client, we are researching the website. What we're doing here is we're calling the firecrawl API to just crawl the page. Again, so you can do it through Clay, through enrichment, through different things, but in this case, we're just crawling the whole first page of the website, and then in the ChatGPT module, we're saying, okay, now your goal is to analyze, right? So to analyze the website content and then create two things: company summary and the personalized first line as a question. So this will be our opening sentence to the user, because we're engaging with the user. We're saying, hey, saw you are selling insurance, if we're insurance client, or if saw you guys have 20 locations, how do you handle your workers' comp, or stuff like that, right? So this is the actual outreach, which is personalized. And then we're sending it back. When we reply it, we're parsing, we're saving, and then we're launching the Voiceflow. Not going to explain it in this video again, so there's a separate course within the one prompt on how everything is done, but in a nutshell, in the Voiceflow, we have a separate agent, which again looks similar to the omnichannel one, but omnichannel, if you remember, is sending us, hi, how may I help you? But here we are we are starting the message, we're starting the agent with what was generated here, right? So we're starting with variable, first personalization, and this variable is generated here, right? So we're passing it back here, and we are overriding the state of variables. And so that here, when the agent starts, and this has been set to this, what was generated, now in the whole conversation, the AI will understand what was the first message. Because, like, for example, if you say, hey, so you have 20 locations, do you want to give me a quote? And user says, what? The agent, okay, so now the Voiceflow will continue talking, but it will not remember what was the first question. That's why we're doing that. Whatever. And then see here, so we're sending the first message on the WhatsApp, okay? Let me do that so that I don't want to open the WhatsApp in the cloud here. Let's just put SMS, like send SMS, like, okay? And we will save. Let's send this same exact SMS. Yeah, here, because see, we're selecting the template because we cannot, and this is the thing with the WhatsApp, same with the Instagram, we cannot send a first outreach message outside of the 24-hour window through the APIs. You can, like, when you text it, but when you send it through the APIs, and we're like, obviously one prompt and high level is using APIs for the WhatsApp, we need to have a template that was already pre-approved by Meta, but we can still personalize it. But again, so just to make it easier here, we will just do like, okay, hi, and what was so personalized message, okay? So this is, that was what was generated here, okay? So we're using personalization, and here we are, if we save it, so we update, we save these things, and we save, this is the actual thing, save the outputs. So see, personalized message, we're saving the personalized message to the value that was generated here. And then if we personalize, wait, just to make sure that this is this thing. Personalized message. Okay, so this one. Save. Now we will get the first personalized first message, and then we'll like start the follow-up. So let's see how it works. If I right now fill out this form, Sarah James order, so let's do this, or let's do some random email just so that there's nothing duplicated within my this. And okay, so for the phone number, we will use the copy number, so use this phone number. This is CGHL, so it was the task, so let's delete this conversation, and let's use apple.com, consent, submit. Now, so this, I activated this workflow, and if we go here, we will receive enrollment, right? So now we're researching the prospect. So it called this webhook. It's crawling the apple.com website just so that we have it in the contacts. Now we have it, we passed it back. So it generated the first reply. We're parsing it, so we're doing everything that we need. Engagement on the WhatsApp. Okay, here we got it. Seems that you integrated the Apple Intelligence to several products like MacBook. See, so now this is, again, so this looks super weird, and this is not how you would use it, but an idea. Like, you are, when the prospect comes to your pipeline, you're engaging with this prospect with a personalized outreach. And then when we start talking with this thing, it will be the same bot. It's not gonna work right now because it's programmed on the WhatsApp, so you need to replace the trigger. Just because here we were like for the sake of the solution that is provided as the default for the one prompt license subscribers, you get the WhatsApp right? And that's why when we are receiving the WhatsApp, we're matching the contact, and then we're like talking with this prospect through this Voiceflow agent that already has the contacts of this first message. Okay, guys. So, and other than that, I would say, I mean, this one, let's say it's completed by like 30%. It's a good demo, right? So it's a good demo, but we need to know more what they need in terms of the actual follow-up, automated sequences, lead nurturing. So when is prospect comes to the pipeline, do we need to send the first message? Do we don't? Do we just use the omni-channel? Or what are like our options, compliance, HR, chatbot. So this is a good frame for you to operate on. You can build like different solutions, and from what we built right now within like an hour or so on this video, you can already kind of start. Either maybe you can technically like record a loom of going through everything that you already built. If you go to this thing, you can see that, okay, so proposal was like for 15 20 people did the proposal. I can guarantee, I can bet $1,000 that no one did it. And like, you don't receive too much jobs that are similar to this on Upwork or on other marketplaces. So you can, when you have the one prompt, when you have all the templates, you can literally spend like 20 minutes. And if you have 2-3 jobs a day, you can spend like an hour developing them for them, recording looms, presenting it to them, saying, hey, I already built it, and I can guarantee 80% of them will reply back. And if you like book at least like 50% of the calls out of this, like if you senders per day, and you have an okay closing rate because it's already been built, this is kind of the value. And this project, by the way, if you count it up, 30 hours by hourly rate of like $50 on average, 30 like per week, and if we get 2 months, it's like $10,000 or $12,000 of the work, by the way, that you completed already. So I'm not saying that we did it, that's it, like now present it, let's sell. No, so this is, I would say, what we did here in all of these solutions. Maybe this is 25% or 30% of what the client needs, right? Guys, like in 1 hour, for like $12,000 without, in like 1 hour. So see, and then this is a good structure, and on top of that, you would like maybe connect it to their like CRM, ERP. You would just modify the prompt a bit. You would add more scenarios and the intents within the Voiceflow. You would connect it to calendars and stuff. And we have a few functions within the Voiceflow to connect to the calendar, because one of the solutions within the one prompt is the inbound voice AI agent. So there are so many possibilities, but you can see the value, right? So I literally completed the project that might cost $10,000 to $12,000. Partially in 1 hour live on this video. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace.